It's okay. You can leave it in.
Okay. I cough all the time. I've had this cold for like the past.
This is new.
In 3,
No.
2, 1. Hello, Gia.
Please.
So Gia just spilled water all over her shirt, and you said it's a new shirt?
No, my water bottle is new.
Oh.
So like I don't have the correct mouth placement. So, like, and like, you know,
That
I'm
is,
not
like-
used to it.
Yeah, that is kind of like an issue. I remember I bring the same water bottle to the gym every time, but there's a couple times where like my mom will use my water bottle for something. Yeah. It gets
Yeah.
washed in between, so it's
Yeah.
fine. But I have to I'll have to take like a completely different water bottle, and it's just not right.
It's just off.
It's just
Because
wrong.
you have to like hold it differently. You have to drink out of it differently.
Yeah, and in fact, I was about to go on my way to the gym today. My mom's friend actually wants me to be her personal trainer.
That's so cool.
It is really cool, but like, I mean, I know enough about working out, I
Yeah.
feel like, where I could be a personal trainer, but I don't know like as much as a personal trainer should.
Yeah.
So
Is she gonna pay you like a personal trainer wage?
I don't know what a personal trainer wage would be. I
Me neither.
think she was suggesting like $20 a session, and we just meet up at Planet Fitness.
Do you work out too, or do you just tell her what to do?
Well, we didn't end up doing it today. Well, we're gonna go later. We were planning on earlier, but something came up, so we had to reschedule it for later in the day. I plan on doing it with her because I need to be getting back to the gym too. I've
Yeah,
been
same.
Yeah. Oh, have you not been going recently either?
No, I used to go every single day. I don't know what's
Oh,
happening.
like every single day, like
Every day.
damn. Even I, like when I was super into working out, I would only go 5 days a week,
I have to
sometimes
go.
6.
Well, I mean, yeah. Sometimes I have like a rest day or whatever,
Mhm.
or I just go there anyway. I don't know.
But yeah, so you were doing every day, like so. What did your routine look like?
It was always different because I don't know enough about working out.
Oh, gotcha. You don't have like a set push pull or like
I do.
the
I mean,
different
I
body.
kind of have like upper body, lower body split. because,
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
Yeah, and then sometimes I only do abs because that's all that matters, obviously.
Well, the thing is that if you're working out, you like even if it's not specifically an ab workout, it's like most workouts do target your abs anyway. If you're bench pressing, if you're deadlifting, if
Yeah.
you're pretty much anything, because you have to keep your core tight during most workouts, during most exercises rather. So like honestly, I don't even do ab exercises anymore. Sometimes my mom's friend said that she wants to target her abs, so I can show her a couple, but
Nice. So
I
you guys
don't.
can get ripped together.
Yeah. I'm already shredded. What are you talking about?
Couldn't be me. Only sometimes, actually.
Only sometimes? What does that even mean?
If I like flex really, really, really hard, maybe you'll be able to tell.
You want to do it on the podcast?
Not really.
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say no one's going to see, but
I could stand over there and flex.
So you brought some incense.
Yeah.
We don't know what kind of
I honestly
scent
have
it
no
is.
idea what scent it is.
Yeah, I guess I would guess sandalwood, but
Do you want to name it yourself?
I will name it Gia.
Okay, you can
Kinda-
save this one. So the next time people come on the podcast and they want
Uh-huh.
to choose, they can choose this
They
one.
can
if
take
want.
Gia.
Mhm.
Kind of looks like you. Can I say that?
Yeah.
You want to light it up? Look at these fancy lighters. Pick your favorite. One has a psychedelic owl on it, and the other one has a cool
This does
dragon.
not look like an owl.
What?
Oh wait, I see it.
Yeah, it's like it has 3 eyes on it.
How do I use this?
Oh, have you not used a lighter before?
Oh, got it.
Oh, you got it. Have you used a lighter before?
Yeah,
Okay,
I just not often.
gotcha. You have to keep it on there a little longer. Do you want to light a cone too?
Yeah.
Have you seen the cones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really see cones or use cones, but I saw them because on Blonde's podcast she was talking
Oh.
about it.
Yeah. Did you like look them up or did you?
Yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, they're pretty
super
cool.
cool. Look at this one. My dish has like little fish in it. Oh, sorry. I totally just blew that napkin away. Did you bring that or was that here?
No, I brought that.
Okay. I was a little confused why
I
there was
got
a
my
napkin
incense
here.
in it to,
Oh,
to
right.
mask the scent.
That's what I totally forgot that's what you brought the incense in. Okay, give me a moment while I light this. How have you been doing, Gia?
Good. What about you?
I've been very stressed with moving stuff. Oh yeah, I need to mention you are going to be the last guest for quite a
That's
while.
so cool. I'm like the season finale.
Yeah, you are. I'm debated on whether I want to call it a season because I don't know, like in the future if
Yeah.
I like
Like,
do.
what's your next season gonna consist of? If this was like,
Yeah, like I don't want to make it a precedent, really.
Mhm.
I'm just taking a break because I am moving. It's hard to keep up with everything I do already, and with moving on top of that, I just
Mhm.
can't. And I'm trying to do more. Like, you know how I upload 5 days a week on my YouTube channel?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Hopefully, after moving, I will have enough time to move that to 7 days a week.
So you upload every day then?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the plan, and also start streaming. It's gonna be it's gonna be a lot. Is it all right if I steal this tissue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap the incense in it too. But
My
yeah,
entire
so
car smells like this incense.
yeah, what kind of car are you driving now?
Same one.
Same one? Well,
Camry.
Camry.
Yeah.
Do you, okay, Toyota Camry. I was
Mhm.
trying to think if that was like the maker or the model. It is the model.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Do you have a dream car?
No.
No, just any car that drives.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I don't need a new car soon, but I took.
It'd be nice.
Are you saying my Mazda isn't that good?
No, I'm just agreeing with you. Like, I also don't need a new car. Nice.
Yeah, true. Like, well, I was gonna say I took my car to the dealership or not the dealership, the mechanic recently because there's several there's several issues with it. There's well, the biggest issue was there was a brake fluid leak.
Oh.
So I had to keep refilling the brake fluid all the time, and so I finally took it in for that. There was also an issue with the AC with it not staying cold.
I remember that. That
Yep.
one time you dropped me off and you're like, sorry, Gia. My car's a little broken. I was like, it's fine.
Yeah. Was my car rattling back then too?
Yeah.
Okay, it's still rattling.
That's when I did your henna.
Oh, yep. You do really good hennas, by the
Thank
way.
you.
And,
I actually had like a thing where I worked at a wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you
I
just
did
did
like 20 people's. Or maybe not 20 people, 20 hands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm trying to make it like a thing, but I don't really know, like, how to get into it that much.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like.
I'm working on a business card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should rent out, I wouldn't call it an office space, but just rent out a building. Or like some people, I would say you could do it at your house, but.
What
Can we
house?
talk about?
Yeah, we can talk
Can
about
we
it.
talk about how you live in a hotel?
Yeah, I live in a hotel.
Have you ever lived in a house at any point?
I did. I actually moved out to a house that was like maybe 1 mile away from my hotel.
Oh, so you actually moved recently?
No.
Oh,
That was like a while ago. I moved to a
Oh.
house for a few years and then moved back.
oh, okay.
But it wasn't any different. Like when my parents went to work, we just go to the hotel, sit.
Oh, really?
Exactly where we live right now.
So at that point, you might as well just live at the hotel.
Yeah.
Which is why
I
you
just
moved
I
back.
just don't even count it.
Yeah. So it's exactly the same because that's what.
Well, I mean, not really. I guess we did have a house, but yeah.
Yeah. Is it like because you probably have to interact with your family more when you're in like the house, whereas no, it's about
Because our apartment for a hotel is like way smaller.
Mm.
So we're like if I'm in the living room, I'm also in the kitchen.
Okay, so like in the hotel you have like a separate apartment. I thought you were just living in like rooms in the
That's
hotel.
what everybody thinks. People either think one, I'm extremely like filthy rich because I live in a hotel, which doesn't make sense if you think about it, or they think that my whole family lives in one hotel room. Neither of those are true.
So there's like a separate space that is more apartment like.
Yeah. So like
Okay.
my dad and his brothers like built this hotel as a source of income or like for jobs and stuff. So they built an apartment with it. Like most hotels have
Uh-huh.
this actually. They have like a little apartment in there and that's where we live. And then
Mhm.
we've been living there this whole time,
Okay.
And then I have a separate room though, like an actual hotel room as my bedroom,
Oh, okay. So is it just because like the apartment space doesn't have enough rooms?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Would you want to get into the hotel business?
I feel like that's just a backup because I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
so like
I feel like
theoretically.
I've been too immersed in it to like completely let it go. But like also I don't want to make it my profession. Like maybe I want to do something I like.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you should like actually try something
Yeah,
you enjoy.
maybe.
So what do you enjoy, Gia?
I enjoy art, but I don't want to be poor, so I don't really. I have to be really, really good at it if I want to like be rich or anything or like have as much income as I'd like. So I guess it could be like a side thing,
You don't even necessarily have to be good at it. Certainly that's a benefit, but like if you can take something from like a completely different angle or a unique perspective,
Mhm.
there's ways you can be bad at art, but also like
Oh yeah,
good at it.
like the paintings they saw in Meyer and stuff. I'm like, who did this? Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm not even talking about that. I started following this this artist. I don't know if, well, this definitely isn't his real name, but his like artist name is called Stick because his whole thing is drawing this specific style of stick figures.
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, in fact, let me just pull it up. Sorry, people who are just listening, you cannot see this, but I started following it because I think it's actually really cool. I would never buy it, but I think to look at, it's quite appealing. Like, let me show you my favorite one. Let me show you my favorite one. And this one he actually did sell. Okay, that's like an actual art piece. It's just
It
like,
is so far away.
yeah, get better at seeing. Don't you wear glasses? You should have brought those.
No,
You should.
they're in my car. I don't like wearing my glasses because why? Like, I
Okay,
mean,
here, let me find a better one. Here, that's like the same pose. It's just like that's like an ad.
that's so funny. But
Yeah.
would you ever consider purchasing something like that?
Well, no, because it's expensive. Maybe if it
Yeah.
was like, I would go as high as maybe like 50.
Okay.
Yeah, if I got a painting of that for $50, or you know what? I'll be filthy rich in the future. 100. I'll drop 100 on it.
I think that's a fair price considering like it is like a gradient in the back that he probably painted himself. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's like if you do it like labor wise, like, oh, this took 5 hours. So then if you paid him like, minimum wage for, like, I think it would add up to like $50 to $100.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how people price their art because I don't really sell art.
Well, do you want to know how much the one painting I showed you just now, how much that sold for?
How much?
You want to take a guess?
Too much. 500.
500? A little higher.
1,000.
A little higher.
The fuck?
It was over 100,000. I think it was like close to 116,000. It's for a greenish yellow gradient.
If
with
I
a
made you the
stick figure
same thing, would you pay me half that price?
I would give you $5.
Please.
I'd buy you.
Support my small business.
I will do a henna for me, and I'll give you like.
I'm just kidding. I would never charge you.
Aw. Just because like I'm your friend, or because you're never gonna make a business out of it.
Hey, I will. I just told you I'm currently in the process of making a business card, but I wouldn't charge you because we're friends.
Okay, I appreciate it, but you are my friend, so I feel obligated to pay you so that I
a lot
can
of
support
people
you.
say that. And I just don't know how to justify. Like
Yeah, you could turn it.
I'm also not comfortable with like having my friends pay because like if it's a stranger, I can be like, oh, okay, but
it just feels weird when you're charging your friends because it's like, you're my friend. I should be doing this for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get that. And that's kind of how I feel about the podcast. Like anytime I do get a supporter, like Owen or Eli, they support the podcast financially.
Oh.
It's not like I'm not trying to downplay it, like their contribution or anything. It's not a huge amount. Most of them do like $1 a month. Owen goes as high as $5, not to just like out you right there, but like like it's not like it's not breaking the bank, but it still feels awkward knowing that, oh, they're paying me for this.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it is sort of a weird feeling, but at some point I do need to turn this into something.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, because I need to be making money off of it at some point. The cone is not going. What the frick? Okay, so you're in the process of making a business card. How are you doing that? You have like Photoshop, or
right now
just
I'm using
drawing
Canva, and it's pretty nice, but like I don't know, I feel like I want to get like Photoshop and something like that. But hypothetically, if I were to get Photoshop, it would be torrented.
Okay.
Hypothetically, though, I'm not putting it out there that I'm just
hypothetically.
Yeah.
So Adobe, like you don't know anything for sure.
Yeah.
We're just theoretically speaking.
Yeah, theoretically.
It could be torrented. It could also be.
I would never pay that much money for Photoshop.
Well, don't say that.
No, I wouldn't. So like if I were to, I don't know.
You say you might not be able to afford that in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
But you also could.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I paid full price for all my Adobe stuff. Well, not full price. Since I was at Rock Valley, I got a student discount.
Oh, I'm at Rock Valley.
Yeah, just you are. So
If
you
I
can.
if I take a graphic design class or something, do I have to pay for like Photoshop and stuff?
I doubt it.
That sounds like a pretty good
I
idea to
bet
me.
they just give it to you.
Okay.
Or maybe they would just have it on like maybe they'd have their own computers and they'd just have it like have you use it in class. But I wouldn't know how that works because I didn't take graphic design at Rock Valley.
What kind of classes did you take?
Just general
Did you take
education
associates
stuff.
in art or science?
Art.
Oh, cool.
What are you going for right now?
I want to go for art, but I feel like science may be more useful.
Science is more useful.
Yeah.
I went for art because I'm not using it.
Sorry to crack my jaw.
Do you crack like things recent or all the time? Because like I know a lot of people who just like crack their fingers constantly, and
I wouldn't say constantly, but maybe like at least once a day. Like I just feel like it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be able to crack my fingers consistent. Oh, there we go. Consistently. I didn't get much sleep last night. I was.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah, how much did you get?
Not enough.
No.
Let me think. 5 to 10. 5.
5 hours? Okay, that's about the same as what I got. I woke up at 7 because
think-
that's.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Keep going.
no, you keep going.
Oh, I'm just saying. I think that's like a pretty good amount, like 5 to 7 hours, because if I sleep any more than that, I feel way tired.
Well, like that's how you're gonna feel at first, but once you get up and start going, get up and then work out right after.
I've been trying. That's only happened twice in my life.
Really?
Okay, yeah.
Is it because like you just don't end up going to the gym, or do you still feel tired afterwards?
No, the 2 times that I did go to the gym, it was awesome. I was like, wow, like I got my day started. I got like that. Yeah, it was really good. But that, like, just getting up to that point is so difficult for me.
Yeah. So is it because you just don't force yourself to go, or is it because you don't really have time to?
I totally have the time.
Yeah. It really is just a matter of forcing yourself to do it. Once you like, I know how hard that initial step is, but once you turn it into a habit, it becomes easy.
That's
like
sounds hard.
I like you with these sort of things, you kind of just have to dive in head first without any like thought to
Yeah.
I have other things to do. No, you don't. You only have this.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I first started working out. I would get up every morning before my college classes to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would be like college classes usually start later, so it wasn't an issue. But
I mean, you do get to choose.
Well, not me because I was in running start.
Oh yeah.
So we just had preset classes for the for the first year. For the second year, we got to choose our classes, but not really the times.
Mm-hmm.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah, but I would get up every morning before classes to work out. But one day a week I had a science lab early in the morning. It was like, I think it started at 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock.
Wait, that is so early. I was like, yeah. Wait, 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it might have even been 7, somewhere between 7 and 8. But the point is, I would get up at 4 in the morning so I could go work out.
At that point, just stay up, work out, go to school.
No, you gotta get some sort of sleep.
No. In like middle school and high school, I would pull all-nighters like every single day.
Because you needed to get homework done, or just because you could?
It just happened.
Gia, I think
it's probably like, yeah, continue.
I think we need to develop some better habits for your lifestyle over the course
I
of
don't
this
do that
podcast.
anymore. I don't think I can physically do that anymore.
Okay, well that's good.
I think yeah. Well, I mean, I've done it a couple of times. But it's not nearly as constant as it used to be.
So
maybe it's like caught up to me.
Okay, so what sort of things would you be willing to do as soon as you get up? Before the podcast started, we were talking about meditation.
I could do that.
You could do that, like 5 minutes.
Fall asleep though. Like I'm so
well.
Relaxed.
You should be well rested from your 7 to 8 hours of sleep the night before.
Yeah. Wait, do you like meditate in the morning when you wake up?
I used to. Not anymore because I just get up and do other things.
Would you do it like directly after waking up, or would you like wash your face or something first?
I would go pee probably if I needed to. Like you don't want to be holding that in while you're trying to meditate.
I think that's enough to wake you up, having to go to the bathroom and like, unless you're just like,
Yeah. Imagine having to sit down and pee.
Couldn't be me. What are you talking about?
See, I can pee standing up, so I won't fall asleep on the toilet.
I can do it too.
No balls, you won't.
I'll do it right now.
um, all right, would you get up and stretch every morning? Because
I
that's
could do
something
that.
else I did. Yeah, just take 10 minutes, 5 minutes of stretching. Immediately after, do 5 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of your morning. You can make 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I know you have time.
I know I have time too.
So like that is like one that's like one external thing that you can do
Yeah.
to like start developing good habits. Once you I feel like once you start doing like the physical stuff like working out or stretching every morning, or I guess you could probably consider meditation kind of borders in the middle, I would say, because it is sort of a practice of emptying your mind, but
Mhm.
also like you have to physically sit still. And
Yeah, that's really hard.
it is very easy to be fidgety and to like let your mind wander and all that, but if you can like, that's one good thing I think. That's one benefit of meditation, I think, is that you can, it trains you to discipline yourself to like not let your mind wander on other things, even if it
Yeah.
is just 5 minutes every morning. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
Maybe I forgot.
And
Oh, I used to get up in the morning and do like 10 jumping jacks or like 20 jumping jacks.
see, that's something.
Yeah.
Just something to get the day started, so that you're not like dragging or you're
Mhm.
groggy. That way you can start your day, and then that can lead to
Yeah.
productivity throughout the day.
If there's like things I like really have to get ready for, I really have to get up for, not counting school, like they have to be urgent. I just throw myself out of bed, and like that works so well because it's like
Yeah.
you're awake and you're awake for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's actually kind of I don't know if it's like a specific like it's a specifically stated Stoic philosophy, but I did read in a book that like um that waking, like just getting out of bed every morning right after you wake up is a good Stoic habit to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Because
way.
sometimes I just lay there
Yeah, exactly.
and
But
then I have to like slither out of bed slowly.
yeah, and that's something that Stoics aren't big into, is wasting time just laying in bed when you can be going out and being productive.
Yeah.
All right, Gia. So every morning, stretching
I'll
and
let you know how
meditation.
it goes.
Okay, please, because like I've probably said this a million times already on this very podcast, but like it's just a good way.
Yeah.
It's good to start your day with something to like set the mood for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So the new Kanye album came out.
Yeah, it did.
Did you listen to it?
I did. I didn't like completely finish it, but it was like so good. I don't know if I was just like in an appreciative mood or something, but I was like, man, this is good. Like I was listening to in a car ride. It was like a 30-minute car ride. And I was playing it. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, and it really just dropped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
not
I
really
woke up
out
and
of.
I was like, wait.
Why
I
is
was
this
so
here?
disoriented.
Yeah, like he did have that. He did have the listening party at Soldier
I
Field
know. I wanted to
the
go
night
so
before.
badly.
Yeah, but did you look at the ticket prices?
No, the ticket prices were so expensive, and then they ended up dropping to like $20.
What?
I know, and I was like, who didn't tell me?
I was looking at it when it was $200.
I know, same. Like right when they came out, and like me and a few friends were gonna go, and I was like, like these are pretty expensive, and they're like, yeah, I don't know if like we're down. And I'm like, yeah, let's not do it. And then they ended up being $20, and then my sister also texted me, and she's like, oh, my friend has a spare ticket, and I was like, are you shitting me? It was like 2 hours before, and I was like,
oh, like 2 hours before the event.
no, like I don't know when like the ticket prices dropped to 20, but my sister told me her friend had a spare ticket 2 hours before the event, and I'm all the way over here. Chicago's over there. And then
Yeah.
I have to ask my mom for a few hours, so it just didn't work out.
for a few hours,
Yeah.
that's the process. I get that. Asking, especially with Asian parents, it can
Yeah.
be tough, like just asking them things.
Sometimes I don't even ask.
Yeah, you just go, or you
Well,
just don't do it.
I mean, hypothetically, if my mom were to like suddenly be fluent in English and watch this podcast, but like hypothetically, I could just like be doing something else, you know?
Yeah. I get that. I get that. So, what was your favorite track off of the album so far?
I don't think I've listened to all of the songs, but I like the one with Weeknd, and everybody else seems to also like it. It's called Hurricane. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I've been that. Do you know how many renditions that song has gone through?
No.
Do you remember when Kanye was teasing Yandi?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hurricane was the first song, I believe, that he teased for that album. 4 years ago.
This man did us dirty, bro. Well, at least it came out. I heard that he didn't want it to come out, and they dropped it anyway. I feel
the
like somebody was
album.
telling me that.
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, I'm not completely understanding it because I did look at. He did post some things on Instagram and probably Twitter too, that about how he was giving masters to different places, specifically Universal, like Universal Studios, and um, for whatever reason they ended up dropping it. I don't know what Kanye's deal is with it
Yeah.
with that because like. At first, he seemed really upset that it was dropped, but then now he's like, "Oh yeah, 10th album, bro,
And
it's
what is he gonna
awesome."
do? Take it back?
Yeah, he might.
Imagine being such a dedicated Kanye listener that you're just like, I'm not listening to it till Kanye, like,
Yeah. Mhm. But yeah, Hurricane was really good. I was gonna say though about that track was that have you haven't heard any like older versions of that track?
No.
No, it's I wish I could play it right now, but I'll probably get DMCA'd even though it is like not a real
Yeah.
version of it. But like before it was like the beat was different. It was like an actual sample of something. It was more lo-fi
Hmm.
with maybe like trappier drums, I would say. And Kanye was doing the Weeknd's part. He was just heavily auto-tuned. And
That sounds.
it wasn't necessarily good, but like the chorus on that song is so good.
Yeah.
And I would argue that like because it is written slightly different than from what it originally was. I like the way it was written originally,
Hmm.
and it was just like such a powerful chorus. And Kanye did his vocals well enough, probably due to the autotune,
Yeah.
that like I really enjoyed it. But The Weeknd killed it on that track.
He did.
He
He really
popped
did.
off. Like I like as much as I like the original way Hurricane was done, it's like I can't really imagine anyone else doing it other than
Yeah.
The Weeknd
Yeah.
now. He just popped off. There were a couple other Kid Cudi. Did you
Oh,
get to
Kid Cudi.
Moon?
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah,
mean, not like fully through, but yeah,
yeah. No, that was a good song. I wanna go to the moon.
that was
I don't
pretty
know
good.
how does it go. I'm
I
not gonna try to sing it again. Um,
um,
that's-
there's Playboy Cardi's on there a lot, and then
yeah, I
Lil
remember
Yachty's
that.
on there. I was like,
Was he?
oh, yeah, he's on.
Where
Okay, okay,
was he? I didn't even remember.
yeah.
Yeah. How did
I
you feel about? Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
no, it's okay.
How did you feel about the opening track,
The
Donda
chant.
chant?
Um,
Donda.
my brother actually told me that was
Donda.
like.
Donda.
You could just do it in the background. Okay.
Donda.
My brother actually told me that's like
Donda.
supposed to be mimicking or something, or like
Donda.
made after Donda's heartbeat. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's interesting.
yeah.
Whoa.
Does it like change the whole song for you or anything?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, this is funny.
I
But,
mean,
like,
I understood from the beginning that it was a tribute to his mother.
yeah,
Like the entire album was, but
yeah.
that specifically, I just didn't. Like understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Why like that? Why
Yeah.
not like an actual song, which does appear later, but why does that exist? But yeah, no, that's super interesting.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Jail?
Joe. One of my friends actually, I don't know if he's gonna watch this, but he tweeted, man, jail's so good, it makes me want to go to jail. I don't know
That's dumb.
how you want to put that in perspective, but
That's dumb and not funny, but I appreciated
it's funny
that.
to me.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Me, bro.
What are you gonna do? What's gonna put you in jail?
I don't know. It's gotta be like the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, are you planning any crimes?
No.
Pirating Photoshop?
Oh yeah. I mean, no.
Theoretically, maybe, but also theoretically, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you enjoyed the album? How far did you get through it?
I don't remember. I don't
No.
think I listened to all of them for sure. But the one that Jay-Z's on?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I forgot what the exact words were, but he said something about like the throne coming back or like the throne is back or something.
Yeah.
That hyped me the fuck up. Am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
that hyped me the fuck up. I was like, really? But
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually gonna come back. But that was enough to like make me like the song.
That would be cool. A Watch the Throne too.
Watch the Throne was so good.
Yeah. The thing is, it would be. I feel like it would be very different. Like the second Watch the Throne.
Oh yeah.
If it did come out, it would be very different from the first one.
Mhm. I don't think anything can top the. Okay, maybe the songs could be good, but I don't think it's gonna top it, especially like during that
absolutely
era.
not. You can't really, you can't really top an original, unless I'm trying to think of an example of something where the second one was better. Um, Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man. Did you see the
Mm,
trailer for the new one?
no.
Oh, okay. There's no point in talking about it then.
Yeah,
Did you watch the original Spider-Man movies?
I think so. I'm not
Okay.
really too into movies, so anytime somebody brings it up, I have to
Okay.
like dig deep into my brain
Do
to
you
figure it
watch
out.
do you watch anything at all, or just
Not
not
really.
really into watching things?
Not really.
Gotcha. So, okay, I've would you agree with this statement? You have a lot of free time at the hotel.
I don't know what I do with my time. Like, I don't.
So you do have a lot of free time.
No, like.
Is it just a lot of different things?
Is it like, are you saying free time as in things that where I'm doing like absolutely nothing? Because then no.
But like, okay, how else would you define
I
that
mean,
though?
like, you're like, or like, I don't know.
Do you feel like you're just wasting a lot of time?
Sometimes I do feel like I'm wasting a lot of time. And I don't even know like how I'm wasting. Like, I just be sitting there. I'm like, why is it so late already?
Okay, so like you would be doing things throughout the day, but like I'm trying
I don't know either.
I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to understand what like the typical day in Gia Patel's life looks like.
The fact that I live in a hotel does not affect as much of my day as you think it would.
Okay, but
You're like, man, this is so exotic. Like, what about your day?
oh well, I mean, like I am bringing up the hotel thing a lot, admittedly, but that's more for like,
Oh, you wake up in a house. Couldn't be
ooh,
me.
what what does my day look like in the house? I lay in my spacious room.
Oh, me too.
My room's actually not that big. I bet it's smaller than yours actually.
Yeah, I have 2 beds.
What?
Yeah, it's a double. Like, have you ever stayed in a hotel?
Um. Oh, it's one of those rooms where you have the two beds.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I imagine. So you get two beds
No,
all
it's a
to
bunk
yourself.
bed.
You should bunk. Like, is it like two?
How the hell would I bunk the bed?
Just put them right on top of each other, and you could slip in between. So, like, okay, like, do you spend your day doing like artsy stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so like you do keep up doing with other with different things.
Yeah, sometimes I like paint, sometimes I draw.
Mm-hmm.
I got into crocheting.
Ooh, I I thought about doing
You
crocheting at
should.
one point.
I thought it was like really hard, but like Aisha taught me and it was really good. Like super good teacher Aisha. But she taught me and like we got into it and now like I like make little things like make bags and shirts and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, is it just something that takes a long time?
I don't know. Well, at the beginning it took me like quite a while, but if I were to watch TV, I could do it while watching TV, you know.
Okay, so how like what do you usually make?
I made a few shirts.
Okay,
Yeah. And
how?
they're like what?
Oh, I was gonna ask, how long does it usually take for you to make a shirt?
I don't really know cuz like I start and then I stop and I do something else cuz I don't know. Like I start and then I put it down. Like there's no like probably a long time, but like there's no set amount of time.
Okay, so that's where your day goes,
Yeah.
crocheting, and then everything else you do in between.
Yeah. Like I don't like sit down and do something for hours at a time. Like it's always just like me rotating because I get bored.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. And that's just another thing though that you kind of just have to force yourself to grind out this one
Yeah.
thing.
Like homework I'm doing, I'm like, I need a break.
Yeah, yeah, that was a habit I developed a lot too.
I need to stop doing that.
Yeah, just like yeah, for school stuff or like anything else that you don't necessarily enjoy, it is significantly harder to just sit and focus on it. But if you can force yourself, and it really is just a matter of forcing
That
yourself,
sounds really hard.
it is really hard, but it's very possible as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're taking classes at Rock Valley.
Mhm.
What is the ultimate goal here, I guess, with college? Because you
I
didn't
don't
want to go
know.
to
I
college
didn't wanna
originally, right?
Yeah, I don't like I just don't like going to like I like learning and like even in high school I loved going to school. I love like talking to people and like learning and like whatever. And the second I get home, it's just like I don't want to do my homework. Like I don't want to like I don't know. I just don't like the idea of going to school or like for 4 more years or even if I go further than that. Like I don't
Mhm.
know. Maybe it's just like right now that I'm like fully doing learning and stuff. Like there's like not really any social life at RVC. It's just community college. Like I feel like the campus is dead. And it's like harder to make friends because I just learn
Mhm.
and then I go home. So like I feel like it's just like a boring lifestyle. Like I could make it work. Like I could Like,
Well, I feel like if you wanted to, you could get more involved with. Maybe this is harder now because of COVID, but you could get more involved with like extracurricular
that's
stuff,
what I'm
or
trying to
like
do.
there's.
But I looked in and they have like this multicultural club, and I was like, oh cool, I can fit into this. I looked at the poster and it's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Are you
There's
talking
like
about the people or
no,
like?
there's like different colored people, obviously, like different races, different
Uh huh.
ethnicities. But they're like so obscurely placed. It looks like they like completely photoshopped the whole picture, and like the background's white, and it just looks weird.
Maybe you should.
I was like, is this real?
Maybe you should become a graphic designer and fix the poster
I think
for
if you
them.
just took like a picture of like everybody like looking normal and stuff, like we could use it as a poster. But it was like
Yeah.
so weird. And
So you need to be the one to
I think
go
I
and
need to
fix
start
it.
my own club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that too.
I could, but like, how am I good? Like, I guess that is like a long term thinking. If I were to start the club, I could get people to join, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You just have to find what is some. You could do a henna club.
Yeah, I could.
Just you could teach people how to do hennas. You could get a bunch of people who already know how to
Yeah.
make hennas and do hennas for other people.
I went
There's
to the multicultural booth and I was like talking to the lady and like writing my email down or whatever. And I was like, oh, like what do you guys do? Like what events do you have? And she was talking about it and she was like, yeah, one time we had this henna thing and my entire arms are like fully covered in henna. And she's like, do you know what henna is? I was like, no.
no, not at all. I should have told you to bring some henna. You could have done one.
I did. It's
during
in my
the
car.
You want to take a quick break and do a henna during the podcast?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go get it.
Okay. Break time.
Okay.
Are you sure you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Tight.
I brought it for this reason.
Really? And you
Yeah.
didn't?
No, yeah, but I forgot. Like you just showed up outside my car door. What did I?
Right. Right. Okay. All right. See you in a moment, guys. For you guys, it'll be a moment. For us, it'll be like 5 minutes.
It's so funny the way that it sounds in real life.
Yeah.
versus
Real
on
life
the phone.
doesn't sound right anymore, does it?
Haha, I'm so excited.
We're back, and Gia has stuff for hennas now.
I feel like this is all I do.
Just do hennas.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, would you say that this is a passion of yours? Yeah.
I like doing it.
Okay. So this is
Oh no, I broke the line.
all good. I don't expect it to be perfect. I know my hand's kind of far away.
Yeah, usually I'm like inches away from the person's hand because I can't see. But like,
Yeah.
it'll work.
Okay. And
I
like,
should have brought my glasses from the car.
we haven't gotten like super into the podcast, back into the podcast. Do you want to go get them?
No,
Okay, fair enough. And
I don't think anybody's ever seen me wear glasses in my life.
really,
Have you seen me wear glasses?
I feel like at least once.
Maybe in like, oh wait, in like English, I'd put them on for a second, read the board, and take them off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. See, you seem much more relaxed now.
Yeah,
Yeah, just because. Do you feel like that's because you have something else to do now, or
maybe.
yeah, or is it because you're specifically doing hennas? So you.
I think it's just I have something else to do, and also we're like slightly into the podcast. So maybe I'm like
Yeah.
used to it.
I'm gonna move the microphone a little down. It doesn't have to be perfect exactly. I know you're kind of busy with this, so don't worry about like being up close to the microphone. But
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. So do you have any like specific designs that you usually like to do? Like
No, I think I like to do anything, especially like something different.
yeah, like
But if I'm freestyling, it's usually just a bunch of flowers.
yeah, flowers are cool. Have you considered getting like actual tattoos?
No.
Your family would probably kill you, right?
Yeah. But, like my sister's been trying to get one for years, and they're just like, no. But like, I don't think I want one because if I really wanted one, I could just do it in henna and be like, oh, it looks cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd ever like anything enough to like have it on me permanently.
Okay. Fair enough.
Like I'm always changing my mind. I don't think that would work.
Yeah, that seems like a common theme with you.
Thanks.
Well, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that as a thing.
A noticeable feature I have.
Yeah. And like it's not necessarily a weakness. I think that there definitely needs to be times where you can sit and focus, but like it's not necessarily a negative. It's just a thing that there is.
Thanks.
So what's the current idea for the henna business? You have a business card in the works right now. Do you have plans for other things?
I talked to one of my mom's friends, and she was like, oh, I know, like, I was talking to her about, like, what I want to do and, like, how I just did henna at somebody else's wedding, and she was like, I know this woman that works for a wedding planning company, like an Indian wedding planning company.
Ooh.
And I'll see if she can, like, So waiting for that. Oh, that's so bad. Usually I just, like, scrape it under my nail and then, like, wipe it off, but I cut my nails. So it's just...
Oh, good. Don't worry about it.
Fine.
Okay, so you could probably, like, somehow get incorporated into that where...
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
I wouldn't know how, but you
Me
could
neither.
you could just start with, like, doing people's weddings or, like, other events, and then, you could set up
Brookfield
shop.
Zoo is actually hiring for a henna artist, but I was like, I don't want to go to a zoo.
Why
And,
not?
like, I don't know.
You have to start somewhere,
feel
right?
right.
It's probably not right,
Yeah.
but I feel like you have to start somewhere.
I think
with everything.
I could start somewhere better,
Then, all right.
And also, if it's for weddings, then I get to go to other people's weddings.
Yeah.
And that sounds really fun. Like, if I'm going with an event planning company and, like, doing henna and then going to, like, other people's weddings. Like, I don't know. That sounds really fun. And I can make new friends.
Okay.
It sounds better than sitting and working at a zoo.
Yeah, but see, I don't necessarily disagree when you say that you could start somewhere better, but because my deal with especially because I'm like, I quit like a college career to do YouTube at my house in my basement. Like,
when you say it like that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound great, but like, it's something, and it's working toward. It's not prestigious right now, but it is working towards what I eventually want to be doing as my career.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would like to not be in my parents' basement. I feel like that would be much more ideal, not to be recording in their house where they can hear me yelling all the time. But that's not really an option at the moment. I don't have the option to go somewhere else and record somewhere else. This is really the only place I have that, like, there's no way I could buy a studio or buy another house or even another apartment. Well, I could probably get another apartment, but then I have to, like, actually...
That's sacrificing a lot of funds that you could be using for something else.
No, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like, I'd have to work more to afford the apartment, so that takes time away from, like, making videos and editing videos, and then, like, I would have less money to invest in my channels. So I guess my point with this whole like spiel is that you kind of just have to accept what's given to you. You can work your way up in the future. Like, would the Brookfield Zoo be so bad?
Yeah.
Would it?
I mean, it could be okay. I don't know. Not rocking with the idea of,
of
driving, like, because Brookfield Zoo's a little far, driving all the way to the zoo to, like, kick off my passion. I feel like, I don't know.
Do you remember... Well, you will remember him, but I'm trying not to say his name, but our theater teacher from middle school.
Of course.
He lived in
Sterling,
Illinois.
I know, he told us every day.
And every day he would drive to Rockford. That is over an hour drive. Given you can take I-90, I believe, pretty much straight from Sterling to Rockford, but it's still an hour. He would do that.
I know.
There and back.
For something he liked doing and, like, whatever.
Yep. To teach middle schoolers who didn't want to listen to him.
In a place that he wanted to be, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to be at Brookfield Zoo. I'll think about it.
Okay. At least consider it, because I feel like that's at least something.
Yeah, it is something.
And would there be any possibility of you moving closer to the zoo? No.
I don't really want to. Unless I, like, start going to school in, like, Chicago. But I don't want to go to school in Chicago either.
Gotcha. You don't want to be going to school in general, right?
No, but I probably will be. I probably will end up going to school anyway.
Okay. So if you do go to school, you should pick Chicago.
No. My sister goes to school in Chicago. She'd kill me.
So what? It's not about her. It's about you doing what you want to do.
Yeah, I guess. I kind of want to move, like, somewhere far.
Far? So where would you pick?
Texas.
Texas?
Yeah.
Because Ayesha's there?
No.
My parents actually considered
I know
Texas.
you were telling me.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
I would. There's a lot of reasons I would consider Texas, and I don't think I should like any of them. No offense.
No.
Man.
Well, he's my reason. My parents' reason.
Yeah. You've lived in, like maybe this is personal information, but I think I can say that you've lived near Ayush for like a really long time, so maybe they're just like, they're like, it's not the same.
Well, it's not the same.
Yeah.
But, things change. That's just how it is.
No, they're just going to follow him there.
You're right. We'll get the exact same model of houses too. He'll live. It'll be completely proportional. He lives around the corner right now, and he'll live around the corner when we move to Texas.
Don't even tell him.
Don't even tell him.
He's like, hey, you're just gonna come over. He's like, I'm in Texas. Be like, okay.
No, my family all of my half siblings live. Not all of them, but most of them live in Texas.
That's
and
pretty cool. Do you ever visit them?
From time to time. My parents went and visited them recently, but I didn't go.
Why not?
Work. I had to work at the dollar store and also grind out YouTube videos and, a trip to Texas. Like, I love my siblings. Yeah. Like, I love my half siblings. Don't get me wrong, but like, I never grew up with them.
Yeah.
They're not like super involved in my life. I appreciate them. I love them. They're my family, but like, I have to admit, I'm not like super duper attached to them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For like my dad, that's a different story because those are his kids.
Yeah.
But like, I never grew up in the same household as them. Like, it would be easier. I feel like I look more at them as like, maybe cousins.
Yeah,
you see every once in a while. It's not like a super close sibling relationship because they're just my half siblings and they're all way older. Did I ever tell you that two of my siblings are older than my mom?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I did not know that. Every time I think of your sibling, I think of the only one you talk about. Yeah, Mark.
Yeah. Well,
that one time he came to our theater class and everybody's like, Mark?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. He was outside when you walked by him.
Yeah, he gives like alternate reality Roderick vibes, Not that you're like Gregory or anything.
Roderick if he was tatted all over.
Yeah, Roderick could be tatted all over.
He could be, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
He does give...
He gives off floated diaper vibes.
Yeah. I totally forgot what I was saying earlier, but
I don't know, man.
But yeah, I'm just closer to Mark than I am to those siblings. Oh yeah, I was saying that I have one sister who's older than my mom and one half sister and one half brother.
Is it funny for your mom to like hang out with them? Does she like talk to them?
I don't think yeah. But I don't think everyone thinks into it that much.
Yeah.
It's it is admittedly different, but
that's like having like, well, I guess not the same, but like having aunts that are younger than you.
Yeah, it is weird when like I have nieces older than me or nephews older than me.
That is weird.
Like when you think of a niece or a nephew, you think, well, it may like at my age, you would think, oh, they're probably maybe
a few years old.
Yeah, I would have said like 12 or something. I don't know. The point is that they would be younger.
Yeah.
But for my case, they're like 10 years older than me. And then you tell everyone.
But I guess it's just like, oh, we're like still family. It's not like, it's like treating them like a cousin.
Yeah.
And like when you think about it, it is weird.
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, it's weird, but it is just like, it's just something to laugh at, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, haha, my dad's really old. He's like...
Yeah, I walked in. I was like, for real?
Yeah, like you kind of expect him to be my grandpa or something.
Yeah, I was like, who's this
even
man?
Great grandpa, but that's my dad. He just happens to be close to 40 years older than my mom.
Happens.
Yeah. That's actually a super common thing amongst Filipinos. And I don't know about Asians in general, like where the Philippines is very poor.
Yeah.
Especially and it was even poorer back when my mom was growing up.
Mhm.
So a very common thing that would happen is that when Filipino ladies were adults, they would somehow get into contact with an American man. It didn't
How?
typically an older American man, and just run
How did
off with
that
them.
happen?
For my mom's case, she was in some sort of magazine, I think.
What?
Yeah, I don't really understand it completely, but she was in some sort of like article or magazine or something that my dad
And they
was
fell
looking
in
at.
love?
Yep, and apparently my dad just mass mailed a bunch of Filipino ladies from this magazine, and my mom happened to reply, and they stuck.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. But I was saying that like that maybe not that exact scenario where like if you're a Filipino, if you're a girl growing up in the Philippines, it's a custom to apply for single ladies magazines when you're 18.
It's like an advertisement.
Yeah, it kind of.
Well, was it like for that, or was she like in the magazine for something else? I was like,
I think it was just for like single Filipino ladies.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. But that's kind of what I get from it when my dad tells the story. But yeah, it's like all of my mom's friends, that's the same thing that they did.
oh, okay.
Is there you will if you see
I guess it's just like a cultural thing.
Yeah, well, again, the Philippines is poor, and the American dollar is worth like 40, 50 times the
Yeah, that's like the
Philippine
same thing with
currency.
us.
So like if even if you're just like a middle class, even if it's lower middle class American, if you bring that money over to the Philippines, you'll be living pretty nicely.
But is it like, let's say the Filipino dollar is like, I mean, the US dollar is 50 times more worth. Do you still pay like let's say candy bars like $1 here? Would you pay like one? What's the Filipino currency called?
It's a peso.
Okay, would they pay like 1 peso, or would it be like 20 pesos, like $1?
It wouldn't. It would be more than 1 peso, but it wouldn't be as much as like $1.
Okay.
I would. I'm not even gonna say what my guess is because it's I don't understand it completely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to guess.
Are you ever gonna visit the Philippines?
Well, yeah. I would love to visit. I think it's a really cool country.
Mm-hmm.
I take a lot.
too.
I take a lot of pride in my Filipino side.
That's good.
I think it's a really fun thing to brag about. Like, oh, I'm not actually
I'm not
completely white, right?
It's such a flex to not be white. Like I'm not trying to be like racist towards white people or anything, but like it's just having like a full sense of culture and like other things to be. I don't know. Yeah. Do you feel that way?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is that unfortunately, a lot of white history involves violence towards other cultures.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand the, I guess, bias,
Yeah.
the stigma, but I still think it's a fun thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily think I'm not proud of my white side. I just like to flex that I'm Filipino too.
Yeah.
'Cause especially with me, like a lot of people now tell me that they can tell that I'm something else, not necessarily that I'm Asian, but that I have some sort of something else in me. I'm just not completely white. But still they wouldn't guess that I'm Filipino. So when I do go, "Oh, hey, I'm half Asian, I'm half Filipino." It's like, "Oh, wow, look at that." You could be a henna therapist. I'm just going on and on about my family life.
Do you like
And
the
you're
smell of it?
It is kind of
maybe
nice.
it's like, I really like the smell of it.
Do you think that incense would be like the same plant that this is?
I'm not too sure about that.
Okay.
What is incense made of?
Things that smell.
Thanks. Yeah.
A lot of them are flowery smells, so I would guess plants.
Okay. Probably.
It's just a guess.
What else could they be made of? If it's not plants, like
well, everything. Like, if you really want to extrapolate, everything in this world is made of plants and rocks.
It's true.
Even though we do look at like buildings and computers as man-made structures, it came from nature at some point.
That's so crazy that like just nature has complicated all the way to where we are now.
Yeah. Yeah. There's this you know Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has this I never heard the bit, but he talked about this bit he has where he's like, "Okay, I'm going to put you in the woods with an axe. And let me know when you can send an email." Like it's never like assuming that person lives forever, it would take them many probably thousands of years to develop the technology.
I don't think they'd be able to do it in their lifetime.
No, definitely not in their lifetime.
Well, it depends on how advanced they are personally, but like probably not.
Yeah, if you had an infinite space or an infinite capacity for knowledge, not necessarily that you have all the knowledge now, but if you have the infinite capacity to learn,
yeah,
and then you have an infinite lifespan to go with that, then
maybe.
Like it would take you thousands and thousands of years to make that computer and develop the software.
If you were still set on working towards it, because like
this is a very determined person.
Okay. My bad.
This is not you. I'm sorry.
No.
I debated on saying that for a moment.
I know, I could feel it coming.
But
Go for it.
I feel like it had to be said.
Yeah.
And you're good about taking jokes.
Yeah.
I'll say that about you. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but yeah, definitely would take thousands of years for that person to, develop the computer, the software, the everything for the email.
Yeah.
So it is weird to think, according to evolution, we all came from like one like source, and not animal, but like source thing. That's up for debate what that is. It could just be cells. Some people think it's mushrooms.
Mushrooms?
Yeah. It's like fungi. It's like I'm not a fungus expert, but like what I've heard is that they're sort of, it's not entirely plant, not entirely animal. It's like this weird limbo in between. So some people theorize that like plants, modern plants and modern animals at some point all stemmed from mushrooms. And like, again, I'm not a mushroom expert, so this might be completely wrong, but like from what I understand is that
I don't know how far you can stretch.
I will do my best.
It's okay.
But apparently some people think that at some point the mushroom species, evolved in two different directions, which happen to be plants and animals.
That sounds unreal.
Yeah. But yeah, the point I was trying to, I do this a lot on the podcast where I'll be rambling on about something and then I go on to another topic.
I've been trying to segue into like a conversation of like, I mean, a topic of conversation that I can like contribute to, but I just like don't know what to talk about. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm kind of just
No, it's not your fault.
if there's anything you want to say or like change the topic. Yeah, exactly. But like I figure that since you're preoccupied with this, you
No, I'm good at multitasking. Wait, is there anything you want to incorporate into here? Like I can draw something if you want.
No, just do whatever your heart desires.
Like anything. Like
no.
Not like what if you want a dinosaur? Like I could draw a dinosaur.
Do a dinosaur then if you want.
Do you want a dinosaur?
I want everything and anything.
Man, please just do something.
Just everything I talk about on the podcast. So I'm talking about how you showed me you did some mushrooms before.
Yeah.
I'm currently talking about how people
Guys, I did mushrooms as in I drew mushrooms on somebody's hand or my own hand. I just
to clarify, she showed me.
You just casually drop. Oh yeah, Gia like does all these drugs all the time. Guys, please.
No. Gia showed me some of the hennas that she did at the.
That was in Texas. That was just my hand.
Oh yeah, in Texas. Oh, that's why we started talking about Texas. But yeah, she showed me some hennas with mushrooms in it. So she did those mushrooms as in she drew them.
Yes.
And then did them afterwards.
Again, what if my mom sees this when you're like super famous in like 40 years?
Well, you'll be 40 years older and
Yeah, you're right.
hopefully
What is she gonna do?
and hopefully independent from your mother. Hopefully maybe you'll own the Brookfield Zoo. I was gonna say
Please, why would I want to own the Brookfield Zoo?
so you can turn it into the Henna Zoo.
I could just start from scratch.
You should do hennas on animals.
No, that sounds so bad.
You just take a polar bear. No, not a polar bear. Those are endangered.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd appreciate it. I bet dolphins would appreciate it.
I don't think it'd stay. I've never actually. I have felt a dolphin. I just don't think it would like stain properly.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Have you? I've not met people, but I've seen like it's probably I probably see this in memes. That's probably where I see it. I don't know where I see this, but I've seen that some people are scared of dolphins.
I think I'm scared of anything that moves. Like, well, not like that. Like,
are you scared of dolphins?
It was pretty scary. Well, when we were like petting dolphins and taking pictures of them, like they could just do whatever they want, like without communicating with me. Like they could just
you can do
knock
anything
me
you
over.
want.
No, I mean I could, but I don't want to.
You could punch it at any given moment.
No, the dolphin could like unconsensually like beat me up or like not beat me up.
So you could do that too to the dolphin.
I don't want to.
Yeah, the dolphin doesn't want to either.
How do you
Unless
know?
it's an asshole dolphin.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no way for me to know. The dolphin can't be like,
the dolphin
hey, I'm
has
an
no
asshole.
way to know that you're not an asshole either.
I know.
It's a consensual relationship. Every time you go to pet a dolphin. I was about to say though that like dolphins are assholes to their own kind and other animals, but for whatever reason, humans seem to have it good with dolphins. There's apparently a lot of instances where dolphins.
Pretty good experience, I'd say.
Yeah, where like dolphins are just like super nice to people for whatever reason. Maybe there are instances of dolphin attacks, but for the most part, all the things I hear about dolphin human interactions are all positive.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Did you know that, maybe this is a dig on your culture, but are you prepared?
Yeah, go for it. I feel like the way you're wording it could get canceled in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I condone all of the behavior in this podcast.
Absolutely.
Continue.
Well, I'm just talking shit. I'm just rambling on. It's all nonsensical. It's not like... Anyway, this disrespectful thing I was about to say about your culture is that you are more likely to be killed by a cow than a shark.
Why is me personally?
No, just...
Why is it disrespectful then?
Well, because you guys... All right, this is the part where I could...
You did this to yourself.
You're right. But
so yes, cows are sacred animals.
Yes, cows are sacred to your culture.
My people?
Your people, your culture.
Yeah.
So
no, I'd say that is true because when we did go to India, there was like one time, well, it wasn't a cow, but it was a buffalo. I compare and contrast.
Okay.
But we were like walking to like a little place to like buy snacks and stuff, and we're walking across the street, and everybody's screaming like "Buffalo, buffalo!" And I was like, "What is going on?" You could see it charging from the end of the street, like straight into like where we were walking. I was like, "What do I do?" It was actually pretty cool to watch, but I don't know what ended up happening.
Yeah. Well, I think with that statistic is, first of all, in general, you see more cows than sharks.
True.
So that could already explain it, but also like bulls are super aggressive.
Yeah.
That's why people like to ride them. And then like cows are tamer. Oh, I totally forgot. You know a crazy fact?
What?
Like we don't really have a name for cows and bulls because bull is the male, right? Cow is the female. You could call it cattle, but that doesn't sound right.
That's what I thought.
That's not right.
What does cattle not entail bulls as well?
Well, it does, but like cattle, that sounds.
You're saying we do have a word for it, you just don't like it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I hate the word.
Are you going to use all your YouTube success to get up to the point where you can change that word?
I should.
Yeah.
That should be the goal.
Mm-hmm.
First mushroom. Gia's down in it.
Mm-hmm. They can see me. I guess just the listeners can't.
Uh-huh. Guys, Gia is currently doing mushrooms.
Yeah?
It's about to get wild. So dumb. I feel like I had.
What?
All right, I feel like there were a lot of points that I was trying to make earlier that I never got to.
Just go down the list.
Okay, well, first let's start with me bringing up tattoos. I was gonna, because you were talking about how you do a lot of flowers. I was gonna say, like, I've been looking at a lot of tattoos recently, mostly because I want to get more. I just never know what I would want to get.
You should tell me what you want to get, and I'll do it on your arm. And you'll be like, oh, this looks cool. I would actually put on my body. Or I'd be like, oh, no. Like, you know?
Oh, that's a good idea. You could incorporate that to into your henna business.
Yeah. Yeah, I could be like, faux tattoos. Like
temporary tattoos to decide if you actually want it.
Mm-hmm.
What was I going to say? Oh,
Good
yeah,
marketing strategy.
Yeah. You can specifically market your service.
I don't like this one.
I like it. It looks like a cow.
It's what?
But the spots.
Okay.
Looks like
No.
it looks like it could kill me faster than a shark. Should do a shark mushroom too.
How the hell am I supposed to do that?
Give it
a fin and sharp teeth.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna
that
say.
sounds like
It's almost like we finished each other's
sentences.
So how long have you been doing hennas?
I don't know.
I still never got to my flower point, but whatever, I'll move on. Just since you were born?
No.
Just straight out the womb.
Straight out the womb. I came out with henna tattoos. I was born in there. Those 9 months, I was tattooing myself the whole time. But yeah, I don't know. Probably like, I feel like I've always just picked it up and like tried to do it.
Okay.
Like if like, cause I go to like a lot of weddings and then they do have them out and stuff. And I'd be like, oh, like, let me try. Like we just buy them and I'd be like, let me try. But I guess I've been actively doing it for like the past couple of years, maybe like 1 year or 2 years.
Okay. So is it something that you taught yourself to do, or did someone else help you out with it?
No, I just did it.
Yeah. You know, that seems to be a common theme amongst like the people I talk to, whether it's Aiden Tack and his photography or just even
this
just
isn't looking that good.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Whatever, roll with it. It's gonna look cool after like everything peels off. It'll just be there. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but like whether it's Aiden Tack with his photography or me with video editing, a lot of people seem to find their passions in things that they pick up themselves and teach themselves.
I like, even if I'm watching a tutorial, it makes me, I don't know, it just frustrates me to watch a tutorial. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it myself. Like, I'm just gonna figure it out.
I will say this piece is like hovering over my
I know, I saw that. I was like, maybe it'll, you know.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, like when I was crocheting, I'm like, oh, I want to learn how to do it like this, like a specific way or a specific like you know when people knit and like there's like more holes in it. I wanted there to be less holes, and I was like, how can I figure this out? And I was like 5 seconds into a tutorial, and I was like, nah, her voice is making me angry.
So you just
I sped it up. I tried. I was like, no, we're just gonna try, and I figured it out.
You figured it out, and you figured out how to make the holes tighter.
Yeah, it's just like a different type of knot, and then you also have to like hold it tightly.
Okay. And would you say that crocheting is now a passion of yours?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I feel like I have like a lot of passions just like at different times in my life. Like I don't know. I like to do a lot of different things because I just get really bored really easily. Like I've been meaning to buy a unicycle because you know how cool that would be? Imagine me coming to your house today, but on a unicycle.
Yeah, I know someone who can ride a unicycle.
Aren't they probably really cool?
They are.
Yeah.
I would say that they're cool for other reasons because they're just a generally cool person.
But
the unicycle does add to it.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Or maybe that they have a unicycle because they're cool.
So you could be a unicycle riding henna artist / crocheter.
I should work at a circus.
I wasn't gonna be the one to say it this time.
That's not even controversial. You're holding back on the wrong things. You're gonna find a way to make it controversial.
Would you work in the circus?
Yeah.
I would hope you wouldn't abuse bears or anything like that.
Definitely not. That's why I don't want to work at the zoo. I don't condone zoos.
Oh, fair point. In that case, I do respect your
decision.
decision.
But I would like to take their money.
Okay.
I mean, if they're paying me. But like, I also, I don't like.
You should come work at Dollar Tree.
No, I one time I went to Dollar Tree and Can I say his name?
Sure, whatever. I don't care.
Okay, I went to Dollar Tree and Mike Tackett was working.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey.
Oh, he's been on the podcast,
Okay.
so that's not a
I was
big
like,
deal.
hey, I might apply here. And he's like, I think you should look elsewhere first. And I was like, okay. I think I should be glad that I didn't apply because he doesn't seem to be having too much fun. And you said it was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, here, I'll tell you this. He's thinking about coming back and working over the summer.
So it can't be that bad.
No, it's not. It's not hard work at all. I will say it's minimum, and there's not really any benefits, but it's easy work, especially if you're a cashier.
Sometimes I go in there and there's only one person working.
Yeah.
There's like a line of like 20 people. I'm like,
yeah.
That poor man.
No, if you're cashiering, it's a really easy job. Now, I have to stock, so I get pissed at it all the time.
Does Mike not have to stock?
No.
That's cool.
No, I stock and unload truck, and I get paid the same as the people who just kind of had to stand around.
Did you do that to yourself? Did you apply for that position?
No, my boss just like slowly started having me do more and more stocking.
Yeah, that's what happened at Kumon. Like I started off, I'm like, oh, I'm just grading papers. And then I'm like, I'm teaching these little kids how to read. And I'm like, I mean, I liked it. It was like, okay. But I was like, I don't know if this is what I signed up for, but it's okay.
Yeah. No, I am... Like, I don't mind stocking or unloading the truck, but I will say it's definitely much more strenuous than, having to run the cash register all day. Yeah. I will say that some people in the morning also have to stock at the same time, which, like, is understandable, but it seems like the afternoon people never have to stock, so it's kind of unfair. So go for an afternoon shift if you do apply at Dollar Tree.
I'll think about it.
Okay. As long as you're thinking about it.
I feel like I've been looking for a job for a while, but I just don't know. I'm drawing clouds, by the way, if you didn't tell.
You don't know where you would want to work?
Yeah. I want to get a real job. I quit Kumon. I think I already told you that.
Yeah. Would you want to do something similar or not at all?
I feel like I want to do different things so I can see what I actually like to do.
Yeah. So work at Dollar Tree.
Oh, that's
you can cashier and stock.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm getting insight into a future career. Like, oh, I really like doing this. Like Dollar Tree. Like I can imagine what Dollar Tree is like.
You can gain insight into managing positions.
I think that would take me a little bit to get there.
I got offered already and I turned it down.
That's you, man.
No, it's not. One thing about Dollar Tree is it's not hard to work your way up the chain. You kind of just have to wait till the other assistant managers quit.
Won't take long.
No, I've been considering quitting too with the whole moving thing.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I work there right now is because it's right next to my house.
Yeah.
So
have you ever walked there?
No. I should try it sometime though.
Do you ever walk to Meyer?
Yeah, I used to. Not so often anymore, but from time to time, yeah.
Guess what I'm drawing?
Another cloud?
No.
A sombrero.
Not close.
Is it...
Oh, it's not that
good. A UFO?
Yeah.
Oh! It looks like a sombrero.
I'm fixing it.
No, it does look like a UFO too. I'll say that.
Thanks.
But yeah, I thought about quitting Dollar Tree just because the place I'm moving to now is 15 minutes away. And
is there another Dollar Tree that you could work at? You can be like, hey, I have experience in Dollar Tree already.
I think the next closest thing would be on East State, but I don't like going down East State.
I literally drew the same line again.
It's a fine line. Just leave it. Or just don't have the UFO have a bottom. That's a spacecraft. It doesn't need to abide by the laws of physics.
And I don't know why.
Probably because of all the lights.
Maybe. I'm not crying.
You all right? Do you need a tissue?
No.
No? Okay.
I can use this one.
That's not the... Okay, no, I put that under the table with the incense.
No.
Are you running out, or is it stuck again, or just getting stuff off your fingers?
My nails.
Gotcha. All right, draw a different line now.
I better. Or we're done here. Are you fucking kidding me? No, it's okay.
No, it's a different line. Yeah, just leave it. It's a good line. I appreciate that line.
Me too.
No, I think a henna business would be good for you. You are very, very relaxed at the moment, and I mean, I'm just rambling on right now, but I feel like
therapy sounds cool.
yeah, no, you would.
I have this friend who she's a psych major.
Yeah.
And she wants to do like the heck? Like weed therapy. Like she wants her patients to smoke and then talk to her. Because people are like much more relaxed that way. And that's like really cool to me.
Yeah.
Maybe you can like
maybe you can do that.
Yeah, maybe we can collab and we can have our own business.
Yeah.
I'll be in one room, she'll be in the other.
Smoking or non-smoking.
Smoking or not smoking. Are you gonna connect that to the fact that I have a hotel and I have to ask the same question?
Do you actually?
No, we don't have smoking rooms anymore.
Oh, anymore. It's kind of funny. Well, Gia, we are at an hour and a half.
It's crazy.
Now.
I feel like this was boring. I was like waiting to get into like a super.
Do you want to get?
No, I don't.
Into a super juicy topic?
No, I'm not boring for me. For people watching.
They can deal with it.
Okay.
If they don't want to listen, they don't have to listen. But I thought it was a fun conversation.
That's good.
We talked about hennas and disrespecting cows, and
Donda.
We did talk about that. We talked about some things. I want people to enjoy the podcast, of course, but it's kind of up to them whether they want to listen or not. I will say, I think that people who know you and appreciate you as a human being will listen anyway.
I watch almost all of your podcasts.
Really? I appreciate that so much.
I don't think I've watched like Owen's yet. Maybe.
That one was a fun one. I'll say that.
That's
that
good.
one, like we kind of reminisced on a lot of different things. I thought that
I
was
love
really fun.
reminiscing, but I feel like I waste a lot of time doing it.
Is there anything you would like to reminisce about right now?
Do you remember in middle school when we all sat like near the same lunch table? It was like, this is mine, this is yours. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we'd break out into Firework by Katy Perry. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you remember that? That was good.
I do. Baby, you're a fire. All right,
I can't do that here. My voice will crack.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do it. I probably shouldn't have done it.
No, that was good.
Well, no, DMCA. Not trying to. Like,
yeah, your voice will sound way too similar to Katy Perry. So
Yep.
we're gonna have to.
Katy Perry. Well, that's the thing now. You can't even really do covers anymore without.
Really?
Yeah. If you
Does
do,
this look like a
if you just do a cover of a song, you can still get DMCA'd.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb.
That's like a content for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of have to like that's a like if that is your content, you have to find ways to work around that. And I wouldn't know how to. But I remember, do you watch PewDiePie at all?
Not really.
Okay, I watch him kind of religiously. But I remember.
That's a little alarming. I don't know.
No, he posts every day, and I watch just about every day. Not every day anymore. It used to be
Is it like a part of your nightly routine?
Not really nightly. Just like if I'm eating or have some sort of downtime, I'll put on a video just because I enjoy his personality.
I used to use Vine compilations in my nightly routine. Yeah.
Do you want to start doing the other arm?
If you want.
Or do you want to start doing it would it be a good idea to flip my hand over?
Probably not.
Okay. You can do a small one on this hand as well.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah,
if you want.
I'm ready.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. But I remember in one video, PewDiePie was collabing with KSI, and he did, I think he had a recorder, and he did the most butchered cover of I Will Always Love You by Mariah Carey.
Of course.
And it got copyright striked. It was a terrible cover. It was with just a recorder, and they can still take that down. So, like...
Have you seen like the Shitty Flute series?
I have not.
Oh, I guess it's like...
They probably don't make any money off of it.
That was like a really long time ago, but they used to have this thing.
Oh, okay.
Like people would just make really shitty flute covers. That's the whole thing. Of like...
Yeah.
Maybe it's more familiar if I tell you if it was Toxic by Britney Spears. Does that sound familiar at all? Like, never mind. I'll just play it for you later.
Okay. Yeah, you can play it for me later. If you don't mind, I do have to check the time right now, though. Just to make sure, because I do have to... Okay.
You can end the podcast if you want. We can just continue talking without being recorded.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. All right. Is there anything you want to leave people with? Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say?
No. Yes, but I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Okay, fair enough. Well, thank you for being on, Gia.
Yeah,
I
it was a lot of fun.
I know you feel like, this could have been like a bigger, more like.
I feel like I held back a lot. Only because I'm nervous. Guys, I'm really nervous right now.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I can have you on again another time when you're less nervous, and I get that. But I think at the end of the day, it was still a good podcast. I enjoyed talking about it. We got at least like a little personal.
Yeah.
I talked about how old my family is. So there's that. I think it was a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of all over the place, but I think that it was still good.
Do you want to show them your henna?
Oh, yeah. I don't want to like break like the crust.
Yeah, it's okay.
Look at that. For any of your henna needs, please contact Gia Patel at, I wouldn't know, somehow find her for your weddings, other events, bar mitzvahs.
Bar mitzvahs?
I hear she does bar mitzvahs.
Oh, I think I do.
Oh, she does bar mitzvahs, everyone. Weddings, bar
That reminds me of
mitzvahs.
Josh's bar mitzvah. That was a crazy time.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. Well, so hit up Gia for any of your henna needs. And that's about it. Thank you for being on, Gia.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening. We will see you in about a month.
We're
going
break.
Big break. We'll be back in a month while I get moved into the new house and the new studio set up. So I'm excited to show you guys all of that. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you tune in again in a month. Bye, everybody.